Hi, hello.
Yeah, hello there.
You said you have orange?
I am orange.
That's cool. Okay, so the microphones seem all right.
I
That's
am
right.
bored.
We're
Yeah.
doing it live. Ready to throw it over to you, FingerQuick.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm out of camera, but that's okay because I can see the screen. That's what I want. I want it here.
I'll move over a little bit.
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, they've seen my ugly mug enough for one day. I'm gonna let you do most of the talking. I am gonna have a few questions because this game is like so unknown to me. Probably
it's
how
all
you
good.
felt.
Yeah.
Super
Exactly.
unknown. Way up high in the super unknown.
Oh, so am I all good to go then? Okay. 3, 2, 1. You can start it. All right. So, I submitted this as any percent, but within like the last couple weeks, any percent kind of got broken. So I'm just gonna do all levels
So
instead.
this game has a community.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. That's all I needed to know.
It's the day that this came out, we were just kind of like playing the game casually or whatever, and then like within the first 5 or 10 minutes of Yoshi Pro playing this, he found this one. Not this. This is one of the glitches that we do. You just kind of like.
Is this an OB just carrying you forever?
Yeah. So I went into that dig pile earlier. If you like start the animation for it and then pause and go back to last checkpoint, it like glitches it out like this whenever you do a rollout jump.
I'm gonna guess there's no fall damage. Wonderful.
And then you're still in
Oh
this
my god.
glitched animation. And you go into World 4 first here because you get all the unlocks. There's a double jump power up. There's a Scratapult power up. And there's a telekinesis power up, but you don't really use the telekinesis power up that much.
To be fair, how is there a telekinesis power up?
That's a good question. You'd think, how does Squirrel have telekinesis? But there's a bunch of like cubes throughout the levels that you have. Like for this level, here's the first instance.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense in a video game way. But,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not really canon to the series.
Not really canon to prehistoric evolution, but you know,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm gonna line myself up here a little bit. But yeah,
This is ridiculous. This is nuts already. No pun intended.
any Ice Age fans here? You an Ice Age
Ah,
fan?
I told you before your run started, I did not like the movie as a child.
You an Ice Age fan? Yeah. You know how many movies they have?
Yes.
Yeah. It was like early 2000s.
Like 2003? 2004? I remember getting toys in a Happy Meal or a Burger King meal or something like that for this. I also remember this was like I was talking about during my I Hate Ray Romano period. So the movie sucked because Ray Romano was in it.
Bad. You pretty much just do a rollout jump and
You just let the game run
Yeah.
into infinity?
you go all the way to towards the end of the level, and then
Okay.
you do a butt bounce down, and hopefully if I lined up correctly and I went far enough, I should just slam dunk straight into the end trigger. Oh yeah, that looks like it. Perfect.
Okay. That was a level. Interesting. That's super interesting.
Okay, so this is a Scratapult. There's kind of a glitch that I'll do later involving the Scratapult. It's not really too needed here in this level. And I'm also gonna be doing the worlds out of order. So right now I'm in World 4, and before I finish World 4, I'm gonna go back to World 1, because if you do the worlds out of order, it kind of like breaks the game.
I mean, have you not done that enough already?
Yeah.
I mean, at what point do you not break the game at this point?
I looked up the movie and we were both wrong. It was 2002. is when the first
2000. I
Age.
said 3. I was pretty
Yeah.
close.
Oh, all right, you were closer. I'll give you that.
Hey, Deborah, look, I'm a woolly mammoth. All right, that was the joke I was going to say, and now I've said it. We're done. Doesn't Dennis Leary play the saber-tooth tiger?
I think he
He
does.
does.
He does. Okay.
Yes. Like I said, I enjoyed the first one. I think the first one was cute with the baby trying to protect the baby and the saber-tooth character. I think remember right was going to take the baby, but then ended up protecting the baby in the end, doesn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, he
something
ends
like
up
that.
change of heart. You know,
Right,
it's a
right,
kid's
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
You can't have like a saber-tooth tiger viciously maul a human child.
Yeah, that's probably not good for a G movie or PG or which one it was.
Look at kids, this is how life happened 2,000 years ago.
Exactly. Oh, totally. Yeah.
This is actually how flying squirrels were evolved.
Through teleportation.
Yeah.
Through David Blaine wire tricks. Is that what this is?
So I don't think I really mentioned how I get into this, but if you have the graph, it's basically an FPS dependent trick. If you have your graphics set on very low and you have like 300, 400 frames per second, and you do a butt bounce, 95% of the time you'll go into this glitched, like infinitely falling animation, which I'm going to do right up here. And then if you jump and do a tail spin in the air, you'll stay hovering in the air like this. And you can just like fly over everything.
Fair enough. I've seen squirrels in real life do this.
Seems legit.
Yeah, definitely. This is nutty, all right. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
an adventure, all right. Adventures in physics and breaking them.
Yeah. And there's let's see, there's 4 worlds, and in each world, or in each world's 3rd level, this is the 3rd level of the 4th world.
Okay.
This is the boss area, and so we're just gonna
Just
fly,
beeline past
just
it?
fly
Okay.
right over it, so you don't have to do any of the bosses in this game.
Skipping over the bosses, huh?
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
a real Doom 2016 right here.
Yeah.
This is some real Doom 2016. Forget all the levels. Forget all the bosses. Combat? No.
Oh,
Doom 16. What about the original Doom? They don't need to do any vertical aiming.
yeah.
Well, this is an FPS. You wouldn't want to continue doing combat. Get out of here.
That's crazy talk.
And so is this is like a new stage?
Yeah, every time that load screen shows up, it goes to a new stage.
Is
and
this a, and this is a oh okay
yeah,
okay,
yeah, and this is
okay.
the overworld. And so that was the last level of World 4. So now I'm going to go back and do all the other worlds in
Okay,
order.
okay.
So now I'm going back to World 1.
That makes sense. And then there's weird because squirrels teleport through pink teleportation things.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I mean, you can't question a video game's logic, can you?
So yeah, this is actually really helpful because now when I go into World 1, normally if you do this game the intended way, go into World 1 with no power-ups.
Okay.
So you can't
yeah.
double jump, you can't...
You can't infinite
Scratable,
glide.
No, you can infinite glide, but
Oh, okay.
the thing that's really helpful for this is kind of the double jump.
Yeah, I've noticed it's a good way to like keep forward momentum. It looks like kind of like the hop slide and crash, if anyone gets the reference. That's like the speed trick to like continue moving forward fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
It's like jump dash slide, but like precise.
It reminds me of a little bit of, at least with Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the constant rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anybody doing the new OOT glitch that's super broken?
Oh, is that the one where you
think
basically can
so.
do 100% within like 5 minutes?
Yeah, the 5-minute glitch, which I don't know. There was a big controversy about whether or not that's any percent. Like, because you don't fight Ganon, like, what constitutes it, right?
My opinion would be, I don't think it would be a pure 80%. I know some games you can have multiple categories at 80%.
I would call that glitched any percent, but I don't know if they have yet. I haven't looked into it.
I think it deserves its own category. I know the game I'm most familiar with is Final Fantasy IV, and there are several 80% categories because there's different kinds of glitches. One gets you to like the credits, one gets you almost near the end, and they're kind of their own categories because they require different skill sets.
Fair enough. Can you ever hit that platform cycle, or are you always at its
No, yeah,
mercy?
if you get to there fast enough, you can actually skip that cycle.
Okay.
But I was a little slow to that cycle, so I had to wait it out.
What's the world record for this?
It is, well, the any percent route, which I'm not actually doing here, but I'll say it anyways, is 17 minutes and let's see, 17 minutes 6 seconds by Yoshi Pro.
Okay.
And
What is your
then,
personal best in that category?
17:11. I'm actually just a couple seconds behind Yoshi Pro.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah. But that category is pretty much down to like a sub 17 is like a really good time now. But for this category, the all levels, Valvin has the record for that one. I think he has like a 37.
I really gotta say, I love the sounds that Scrat makes.
Yeah, the sounds he makes are pretty great.
Like at first I thought I was going to be completely hateful of this, and I'm really enjoying it.
No, yeah, it's really good. It's a nice, fun, glitchy mess. There's also this other thing that I haven't really haven't mentioned yet that I've been doing a lot is damage boosting through water.
I did take notice.
Yeah, you can take 2 hits in the water before you die. So on your 3rd hit in the water, you'll go back to your last checkpoint.
Do your weird purple crystals, do they do anything? Are they like 100% completion?
Yeah, they're only required for 100%.
Okay.
Once you have 5,000, you get max health upgrades. But other than that, they're just for count.
Other than that, there's nothing really to it. They're just there for...
Yeah.
Okay. They just exist because... Okay.
I actually might not be able to do this damage boost. I'll try though, but I'll probably end up going back to the last checkpoint. Yeah.
Ooh.
So normally, yeah, you would have hit the 1, 2, and then you would have been able to make it
But you ran
over.
out of HP? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a rip. That's a big rip. So, like, the checkpoint system is passive, right? You don't have to activate them at all?
You just have to...
You have to have existed near them at some
Yeah,
point?
yeah.
Okay.
If you... I know, like, when you're doing some of the levitating glitches past them, you can still hit them because I think you're close enough.
That's crazy.
But I think you have to be, like, within a certain distance of them for them to trigger.
Yeah, that is nuts. More nut talk. I mean, what's your favorite kind of nut? Do you have one?
Let's say... I'm trying to think.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Cashews are pretty good, I guess.
Ooh. Okay, I respect cashews. I like almonds personally, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think Scrat's favorite nut is the acorn. Just a little guess.
Fun fact about the game.
So here's another. It's kind of like a fast fly. If you like run off or if you do that levitating glitch and then you kind of like move into an object, you'll like slide off of it, and you'll go a little bit faster than if you just levitated in the air. And this is the 3rd level of the first world, so I'm going to be skipping another boss fight.
Okay. When you guys like first started playing this game, like what's any percent? Like, do you only have to do a certain subset of levels?
Well, at first we thought you had to get all of the,
Like at least past the bosses?
No, there's the requirements for the credits is collecting 4 crystal nuts.
Okay.
And after you collect the 4th one, it'll trigger like a cutscene that goes to the credits. And for a while, we thought we had to collect all 4 in order. So like World 1, 2, 3, and then 4. But we found out recently that you can just skip straight to 3 and then 4.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just the...
So are you catching like end of the level like hitboxes there?
Yeah, there's like a trigger at the end of the level, and all you have to do is just touch it, and it'll send you to the next level.
I also have to like marvel at the fact that he's carrying something that weighs as much as he does and still continuing the same speed. Classic Scrat. You guys know Scrat classic.
The man loves his nuts. So yeah, this is just like a door puzzle. You gotta collect. Oh, I kind of messed that one up. But you just gotta collect the nuts.
Ripping pepperons, dude.
For these like door puzzles, you just collect all 3 of the nuts, put them into their spots, and it'll open the door. And
I remember the squirrels building a secret society that had nut mechanisms.
Yeah.
I remember this. This was in Indiana Jones 4, right?
You know, there's one thing I must say is that for a movie game, this looks like a decent platform.
No, yeah, it actually is. Yeah.
This day it does not look bad.
Yeah, it's very surprising that it actually looks decent.
For a movie game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't think I asked this at the beginning, but does anybody know what year this was released?
I
Yeah,
do, but I looked it
2019.
up.
2019.
So.
Okay.
Yeah,
this looks like current graphics, so it's like this came
Oh, yeah.
from 2002.
There have been people that have been like, "Oh yeah, I do. I remember playing this game as a kid." Because I guess they think it's like the PS2 game or something.
There was a PS2 game.
Yeah. I think it was like what, Ice Age 2, and there was probably like another Ice Age game.
To be fair, the fidelity of that game was nowhere near this.
What, Ice Age 2?
Yeah.
I never actually played Ice Age 2. I think this is the only Ice Age game I've played.
I think my brother had it. We had so many titles that were nuts, though, not worth the money. So.
You say that like some people thought they played this game. That's like the Mandela effect, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, there was a movie called Shazam with Sinbad in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after I'm
Is this like,
yeah, this is an auto scroller. You just fall
Okay.
straight down.
do you have to hit the rings? Is
No, you
that-
don't have
okay,
to.
Okay.
I just collect them because
Because it's something to do. Okay.
yeah.
Is this like some Star Wars like Episode 3 battle on the lava planet music going on? You were the chosen, not Scrat. This kind of like movie character game reminds me a lot of a game called Taz Wanted for the original Xbox, where you played as the Tasmanian Devil, and it was actually really fun, and I don't know why I put so much time into it.
Oh, that's funny. Actually, it reminds me, what was probably the first Tasmanian Devil was for the Atari 2600. It was, if I remember right, it was a game where I think you were Taz and you would run back and forth, I think destroying or eating things.
I collected a nut.
Oh, that's the nut button. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So now I collected the first nut. So now we go into the first tutorial sequence, which I already have this power up.
Yeah, you have that power up. Okay.
Just doing the double jump power up sequence. And since I already have the double up or the double jump, I can do this a little faster.
You can cheat the system.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I remember when we as humans found this, the archaeologist uncovered the Great Nut Den. I remember this.
Quite a big moment in history.
Clearly. To think squirrels could levitate this whole time and we didn't take that technology from them?
True.
An ancient and advanced society. Of squirrels.
So now heading off to the second world.
Did you get the nut in the fourth world?
No. The reason I didn't grab the nut in the fourth world is if I would have grabbed that one first, it would have kind of like messed the game up a little bit too, I think. I would have had to have grabbed it a second time, I think, for the credits to play.
Getting some kind of like Crash Bandicoot vibes in certain areas.
Oh, yeah.
Like that felt super like Crash inspired.
Definitely, yeah. It kinda
And these
seems a little bit
platforms
like
kind of do as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different thing, obviously. But there's only so many things in a game you can do without feeling like you've ripped someone off, right?
it. Yeah. But now that you mention it, it actually kind of does feel seem a little Crash
Also seems a little
Bandicoot-like.
Spyro-y at times as well.
Yeah.
Like just the way his movement is very start-stop. Like I feel like that's very Spyro.
It was interesting. Most of my platform experience is just Mario, but in the past couple of years, I've been watching Twitch and speedrunning. I've actually been exposed to these other ones. Like, I kind of know what you're talking about. Like, oh yeah, it is kind of like those other ones.
I'm going to say I was lucky enough to get into gaming right when the PS1 came out, and I must have been like 6 or 7. So like for me, that was a good time. And then I remember we got Crash Bandicoot, and I thought it was the hardest game in the world. And then as an adult, I played it, and I was like, you know, it's still kind of difficult, but boy, 7-year-old me wishes he could have done this.
7-year-old me was playing an Atari 2600. That's how old I am.
Yeah, so for this world, it's just one of those fast flying things again. Hit an object, touch the water, you go really fast, as opposed to flying in the air.
He kind of looks like a rock skipping across the lake there.
Yeah, a little bit. This is probably one of my favorite levels of World 2.
The Mines of Moria. Oh, shoot. I dropped my Dr. Pepper. Nobody saw that. No, maybe they did.
Okay, let's see. Alright.
This looks great already. I don't know what's about to happen, but it looks great when you glitch under the entire map to start the trick.
Yeah, so there's like that whole area over there to my left that you normally go through, but if you just clip out at the beginning, and you can just fly right over here to the
yeah, why would you go through the level linearly when you can go through it extra linearly?
yeah.
Right?
But I'm gonna end my flying here just so I can move a little faster.
He sounds so in pain when he hits the water. Like, to be fair, squirrels can swim in real life. Why would he not be able to? Like,
True.
To be fair, he kind of sounds like he's in pain most of the game.
I mean, you would be too if you were bouncing your buttocks so hard into the ground that you levitate for thousands of feet.
That's fair.
New Olympic event, the butt bounce.
Okay, here's level 3 of the second world, which means there's gonna be another boss fight we skip.
So when you were learning this game, did you do all the boss fights and like?
On my first casual playthrough, I actually skipped one of the boss fights because as I was doing my casual playthrough, Yoshi Pro saw me playing this game and he was like, "Yo, this game looks epic." So he bought the game, and since he found the levitating glitch like within 5 minutes of playing the game, I think I just finished the rest of my casual playthrough with that glitch, and I skipped the World 4 boss, I think.
Okay.
But I think I did all the other
Great
fights
within
in the-
5 minutes being broken. Sign of quality, folks.
Yeah.
From the developers. Clearly this was intended. This is a game mechanic.
Yeah. But if we have another category that's basically that doesn't allow this glitch. You just, any percent no levitation, and you can play with an uncapped frame rate. It's just that whenever you butt bounce, it's a lot more prone to going into this animation. But if you have VSync on, if you're playing at 60 frames, you cannot perform this.
Do that, okay.
Unless you do the dig pile strategy that I was doing like at the beginning of the game.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Where you like start the animation, then pause and go to the last checkpoint. That can be done on consoles.
Cool,
So
I know.
Is the category stuck? Like you have to play at 60 FPS or?
No, it's just don't do the
No
glitch.
blatant glitches, okay.
Gotcha.
To be fair, there's another game that if you play at 60 FPS, the game won't let you drive in reverse. It's called GTA 3 on PC. You must play at 30 frames, otherwise most of the mechanics will not work properly. Found that out when I got that game for free.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I think they had like some discussion about like San Andreas frame rates.
I don't know if that game was the same, but I know GTA 3, like, you could not drive the car in reverse. You could not run properly if you were above 30 frames because that game's build does not support uncapped.
Yeah.
And that made me sad because I have a 4K monitor and I wanted to see how great it could look, and it turns out it's still pretty good, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
Have you played the first 2 GTA games, the top-down?
I have not. I skipped that. I remember, like, I think I was like 10 or 12, somewhere in that range, when GTA 3 came out, and it was just the biggest thing.
Oh, I remember when. Yeah, I remember because that was a fun game. I got it myself, and that sounds about right.
I think the games they've gotten obviously better with time. I didn't like GTA 3 for just the, you drive to this checkpoint and that's it. And then like outside of that, it was kind of bland.
Yeah.
It's still enjoyable, and for its time, it was a revolution.
Vice City's actually a pretty crazy speedrun.
Oh, so is San Andreas if they can get the scripting right.
Yeah.
With that super glitch. It's really good.
GTA 5 though.
Yeah, that 7-hour marathon. Ooh.
It's
Well, it's like The Witcher 3, my favorite game of all time. Yet I will not speedrun that because it's at least 3 to 4 hours.
yeah.
Or more. I can't remember the record anymore.
What about Super Mario Odyssey All Moons? I know one guy, I think his name is Fur _. He does, that's pretty much his thing, is All Moons Odyssey.
Isn't that like 7 or 8 hours or something?
I think somewhere around there, yeah.
Well,
Oh.
I know I've watched just the any percent, and it's like an hour and a half now.
Oh, yeah, also this this auto scroller's kind of like super bugged on uncapped frame rate. Like I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna just spam the space bar, and it won't let you jump like half the time.
I noticed you did take damage on the one where I heard you spamming it. and
Okay,
it
that
didn't
allowed
work.
me to do it there. I think that was the last one actually.
I really like this like triumphant like Lord of the Rings Star Wars
Oh, yeah.
battle music for no reason. Like it's a very
Oh,
nice
oops.
touch.
Yeah, the game.
It sounds like Battle of the Faith or something like that, right? Battle of something from episode 1.
Oh yeah, from the battle where they're in the hallway, the Darth Maul fight. I don't know, the Battle of the Fates. Duel
Yes,
of the
that's
Fates.
it. Battle
Is
of the
it Duel of the
Fates.
Fates?
Something
Duel or
of the
battle?
Fates.
I mean,
Yes.
semantics.
Something like that. But yeah, it sounded like that song.
Oh, did you hit the nut and we were totally talking over it?
Yeah, it's all good.
I
We
feel-
still have 2 more opportunities for nuts. But yeah, so after finishing World 2, you go to another tutorial for your next power-up, which is the Scratapult power-up. And you can kind of cut a little bit of this out of the way.
I have a question. Is it really a power-up if there has to be something on the ground to allow you to use it?
Maybe. Well,
Well, because like a power-up would be like I could use it at any time, right?
oh, yeah.
A good
yeah.
mechanic, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. This mechanic you can't really get until you get to World 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just can bypass.
Yeah.
That is
'Cause-
some range. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could get
Oh,
it from
wait.
back there.
Let me see if... Oh, okay, yeah, this is... I kind of messed that up, but if you hit a Scratapult like that, and you get, like, the momentum from the... Or, like, the speed or momentum from using the Scratapult, and then you go, like, off... You spin kick off of a ledge, you can kind of, like, do a...
Do
lot
a
of
aileron roll.
Yeah, you can do, like, a lot of momentum with a spin kick across, like,
Cool.
gaps of water or whatever.
To be fair, I had a question about the ice mountain.
Yeah.
Why were there crabs there?
I'm actually not sure.
I didn't ask it when like it was going on, but it's now stirred in my mind of like, but why crabs though?
I'm not sure.
Like
'Cause
I
we're-
mean, the
like-
bottom of the ocean is very cold, but why would they be up on a mountain?
That's actually a really good question.
Can I ask the developer? Are they in the chat? I'll tweet at them with my non-existent Twitter.
Earlier yesterday, midday, when I did River City Girls, we actually had a developer. The director of the game was in the chat.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to watching that VOD.
If anyone knows who developed this, please Twitter them. Why crabs dough?
I think the developer for this I think they only have made like 3 games so far. I know there was I don't know if it was the developer or the publisher, but there was this game, and then there was Jumanji, the video game.
Oh, I've seen the gameplay footage of that. It's not good.
It isn't. It's
Is it the
Like-
recent Jumanji?
yeah,
Or the
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, the recent
Oh, that's too
Jumanji
bad
video
because
game.
it was all about a video game. You'd think that would like just.
Well,
be
no,
good.
yeah, you would think they would try to make a video game based off like the board game. It was nothing like that.
Or at least a video game based on the recent movie, which was turned into a video game.
Yeah, it was like a Nazi zombies clone that was very poorly done. Is that
Yeah,
a better
it
way
was,
to describe it? 'Cause It's like
kinda.
a 4-player co-op wave defense.
Yeah, it was pretty much just that. There was only 4 levels in the game too, and guess how much it was?
$60.
Not quite. It was the same as this.
$40?
Yeah,
Oh
$40.
my gosh.
40? Oh, I was gonna say $49.99.
You and 4 of your buddies can waste $160 collectively.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I think the other game that they did was Race with Ryan. You know that kid YouTuber
okay.
that kid YouTuber that I don't know is like super popular, has like millions of subscribers. I guess they made like a racing game about him. I think those are the only 3 games that they've
So-
made so far.
This is like Laura Croft's Tomb Raider meets Ice Age meets 90s platforming.
Yeah, I think this is actually the shortest level in the game. You just do a little bit of platforming like that, and then you're right at the end.
Wow. That's intended, right?
You, if only.
Absolutely intended.
Yeah. So this is gonna be another. I'm gonna find another dig pile in this room here, and you can pull this out, but it's just faster to clip through it like this.
Yeah, why use the classic squirrel telekinesis when you don't have to, right?
Yeah. And then you just come up here to this, do your little animation glitch, and fly out the top here.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Is this a boss level as well?
No. Wait. Actually, I think this. Yeah, actually, this is supposed to be the boss level, but it's not like your typical boss. I think the boss room is over in that area.
Okay.
I don't think you can't really see me. It's just in that very far top right. I think that's the boss room.
Far top right.
Yeah.
Out in the great beyond of unrealized textures and
Yeah.
poor skyboxes.
Let's see if I can just drop right into the. There we go.
I'm sensing some out of bounds areas here at the planes that don't really look as connected to anything.
Yeah, I think they just like, because I think this game is made in Unreal Engine 4, so I think they just took a bunch of.
Do you
Kinda
think
like-
having children as the intended audience also made them think like they're not going to break this?
Yeah, oh, probably, absolutely.
Well, because I definitely remember playing games as a kid. Like, you just tried to play by the rules. Like, you're not going for anything crazy. You're just like, it's
Oh,
hard
no,
enough
yeah.
to platform as it is, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm actually surprised that this game hasn't been patched to like take away any of the out of bounds things or whatever. But at the same time, I guess it doesn't really surprise me. It's an Ice Age game.
Is there like a death plane OB at all that you guys have found, or is it just like all OB is good?
It kind of checks if you're. Here, I could show it off in this next area actually. It kind of checks if you're above a part of the map, and if you're not, within like a second, it'll kill you.
Okay, so it has some sort of like basis for knowing your X and Y compared to the map.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Like in relative to position to where you should be.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't do it there. But yeah, so it'll usually, especially when you're like in those big out of bounds areas,
Yeah.
on the parts of the map where it's just like complete open and you're not like, as long as you're not over a section of the map, it'll kill you like within a second or so.
You know, I can imagine, like, as a kid, if I had this game, I would probably really have enjoyed it.
No, yeah, if you're a kid, you'd probably enjoy this game. As an adult, not so much, but it's still a great platformer and it's a great speedrun.
Yeah, I
'Cause it's
really
massively
enjoyed it.
broken.
This is almost Bethesda level of broken. Like, it's getting there. I think the Fallout 4 run at GDQ, the last one, was super good. Or he did the anthology, didn't he?
Right, yeah, I think I did 1 through 4, and I remember kicked this up. I think it was kind of late at night, but I think wasn't 4 the most like crazy, like falling through the floors and wow, it was really
4
crazy.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was. I think that I watched a lot of that. That was crazy.
The warps across the map in that game are just insane. Tomato Angus, because he had to change his name, which I kind of was a little sad about. I really don't think like that he needed to, but you know, that's maybe a hot take. Oh, telekinesis! I've been waiting for.
Yeah,
this.
so here's the tutorial for telekinesis, but you can just jump up on top of the shoulder there. Oh my god.
Dude, did you nearly just impale yourself?
I went for a butt bounce, which I didn't actually want to do there, so I'm kind of glad I didn't get that.
Would you have fallen off like the entire map?
No, it would have just put me into that glitch state, and then
Oh,
I would have had to like turn VSync on and butt bounce again. I think to.
Because you can't gain any more height, right?
And then here I'm just gonna kill myself, teleport myself over to here, and then go to the final level.
Oh, okay. Because you'd already been there, you can fast travel. Cool.
Yep.
I like that.
No, yeah, that's a really nice thing about this game too, is that it has that fast travel system.
Now, do these purple gems respawn?
Yeah, they every time you enter a level, a second time or a third time or fourth time, pretty much anytime you re-enter a level, all the gems will respawn. So you can't actually technically collect all the gems because they'll just infinitely respawn.
That seems very kid-friendly, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, the 100% category for this is actually pretty sick.
Do you just end up in that category then, just running a bunch of levels that have good like gem dispersity, or like?
Well, there's actually a couple requirements for 100%. You have to collect 5,000 of those gems, and then there's also statue pieces and tablet pieces scattered throughout levels they have to find too.
So do you run like all the way through and then just go back to one that's like a good like farm?
You can not really. It's actually pretty well, or the gems are pretty well placed that you can actually like collect 5,000 throughout the run.
Okay.
So it's not like too much of a grind fest trying to.
Because I know a lot of runs like the one I watch for Simpsons Hit and Run. There's this part where he like for 10 straight minutes just grinds coins, and I'm like, there seems like there could be a better way to do this, but apparently there's not. So. Also, that's a great system in your game, like allowing you to load but maintain more coins than you had when the save was made. You gotta love it. So you are skipping the boss again, right?
Oh, I actually since I went back to World 4, I already have done 4-3, so I already skipped the.
Oh, so the boss was just gone anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Do the bosses respawn?
Yeah, if you go back into the level and you just play up to it, the boss will respawn. So you can play the boss infinite times.
Seems legit. This is how magma works, everybody. It cools on top of itself while maintaining heat around it.
And then this is coming up on the final stretch of the game. So probably within the next like 30 seconds to a minute we'll be finished.
So it's time just when you collect the final nut.
Yeah, it's pretty much just once I hit this cutscene here, since it's the last movement, and that's time. Ooh. Oh yeah, and the final cutscene for this game is very epic.
All right, so sorry. All right, so that was Ice Age Scrats Nutty Adventure by FingerQuick. Thank you so much for the run. That was really fun to watch. The crazy physics breaking and everything.
Oh wait, hold on. The cutscene's coming up. This is really epic.
Okay.
It's a really short cutscene. And it's like, I don't know, 30 seconds.
This is the end of Crystal Skull, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. This is the end of Crystal Skull. Jesus.
There's no way I broke the nut button.
You broke the nut button?
Oh, I think I knocked the battery out. It's too busy nutting there. All right, thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you. So up next we have Shenmue 2.